Would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter?
I would rather have 2 healthy kids. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Two healthy children. And the fact that you have to, like, put them in those categories says a lot about who you are.
Oh, no, don't you dare!
I'm just telling you, I think the real problem is in the thinker.
Most people know Kevin Hart as the guy who can't stop laughing, the guy who bounces off the walls, who does 15 movies a year, who turns every interview into a comedy special. But here's what most people don't realize. Behind all that energy is a man who has drawn some of the hardest lines in modern media. Because when an interviewer crosses those lines, when they get disrespectful, invasive, condescending, or just plain lazy, Kevin Hart doesn't just push back, he shuts it down completely, and he does it with a level of control that makes you realize the comedy is a choice. The authority underneath it, that's permanent. These are the moments where one of the biggest entertainers alive stopped being funny and started being absolutely untouchable. The meme trap. We're starting with a moment that went absolutely nuclear on the internet. Kevin sits down with Sway, an interviewer who has built her entire brand on asking the most uncomfortable, trap-laden questions imaginable.
I don't understand why you can say certain things and it's okay. And what, like I don't understand what's
No, you can say whatever you want.
I'm saying, like, I'm not saying anything, but then you make it seem like I am when I'm not.
I am not responsible for how you feel.
Her whole thing is making celebrities look foolish, and she came prepared. She hits Kevin with the most toxic viral meme question on the internet. Would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter? This question is designed to destroy you. There is no correct answer.
Would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter?
I would rather have 2 healthy kids. Like, it doesn't matter to me.
No matter what you pick, you've given the internet a soundbite to tear apart for the next 6 months. Kevin's posture immediately changes. The smile drops. I would rather have 2 healthy kids. It doesn't matter to me. 2 healthy children. Sway tries to push the binary again. Kevin flips the entire dynamic. The fact that you have to put them in those categories says a lot about who you are. I think the real problem is in the thinker, not the answerer. He didn't just dodge the trap, he diagnosed it on live television. He told the interviewer, to her face, that the question itself is the problem. That's not a celebrity avoiding controversy. That's a man who understands exactly how the game works and refuses to play it. The lie detector interrogation. Now that was Kevin going full serious mode, but sometimes he destroys an interviewer by being the funniest person in the room. Kevin's doing one of those produced lie detector segments. The interviewer goes straight for the low-hanging fruit. Are you 5'2"? Kevin denies it, says he's 5'4". The interviewer keeps pressing. Right here is where most people would get defensive. That's the whole point of the format. To make you squirm. Kevin does the exact opposite. He suddenly gives up entirely, screaming at the top of his lungs, "I'm 5'2", 5'2", yes." The interviewer asks if he's self-conscious about it. Kevin practically explodes, "Yes, yes," by aggressively over-admitting everything the interviewer was trying to slowly drag out of him. He completely ruined the bit.
Yes. Yes.
There's no gotcha moment if the person is screaming the answer louder than you can ask the question. He took the punchline right out of their hands and dunked it in the trash. The tall people backseat rant. What happens when an interviewer makes the mistake of trying a height joke while Dwayne Johnson is sitting right next to Kevin? Total annihilation. It's a Jumanji press junket in the UK. A reporter leans into the tired size comparison dynamic between Kevin and The Rock. Instead of laughing it off, Kevin weaponizes his stand-up stamina to completely hijack the interview. He launches into a deadpan, multi-minute rant about how tall people are stupid.
Tall people are stupid.
He goes into excruciating detail about the logistics of being crammed into the middle backseat of cars, pointing out that a mother's extended forearm is not an airbag system. The interviewer can't get a word in. Dwayne Johnson is doubled over laughing. Eventually, the interviewer just has to end the segment entirely. She couldn't get control back. Kevin had turned a lazy question into a full comedy special, and there was nothing she could do about it. The Billionaire Refusal. It's 2024. Kevin is sitting across from Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes, the most prestigious interview platform in American television. Cooper asks directly if the rumors are true. Has he officially reached billionaire status? This is the kind of question most celebrities stumble through. Kevin looks Cooper dead in the eye and says, "None of your business." "Man, are you trying to get me robbed?" Cooper laughs nervously. Kevin doesn't.
Are you a billionaire yet?
None of your business, man. You trying to get me robbed? You trying to get me knocked in my goddamn head?
He immediately pivots the entire conversation away from his personal bank account and into his legacy, talking about creating a new norm for other people in the business of funny. One sentence. That's all it took to shut down Anderson Cooper on his own show. And he did it with a smile that said, "I like you, but you're not getting that answer today." The Mark Twain resume check. Early 2024. Kevin is doing press for his Netflix film. A local DC anchor decides she's going to generate some clicks by bringing up Cat Williams' comments calling Kevin an industry plant with no real comedic talent. Kevin chuckles, shakes his head, and then delivers a masterclass in pulling rank. Research, fact check, look things up. The dude has his whole career online. Take a look at it. That's why he's getting a Mark Twain prize. He literally told a professional journalist that her question was so far beneath him that the only response it deserved was a link to his Kennedy Center honor.
All right.
No,
What just happened?
I feel bad.
We took a weird shift.
Listen, they were doing so well.
I don't need y'all to remind me what's
I'm a
happening.
Cowboys fan.
What was-
I'm just sorry.
Can we talk about Lyft? Okay, that's enough.
He didn't argue, didn't get defensive. He just pointed to the scoreboard and let the numbers speak for themselves. The Cat Williams Deflection. Sway Calloway, a legendary hip-hop radio host known for stirring the pot, tries to bait Kevin into responding to a series of inflammatory comments Cat Williams made about his talent and career.
My frustration with Cat Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions?
Kevin doesn't take the bait. He drops the comedian persona entirely and starts speaking like a Fortune 500 CEO. What will it do for me? What will I gain? There is no gain. He looks directly at Sway and asks, what is the return on my investment? What is the return on my time? What is the return on my energy? He literally ran a cost-benefit analysis on whether responding to beef was worth his time on a radio show in real time, and the math came back negative. Sway had nothing to say. Kevin made the very act of asking the question sound like a waste of everybody's time. The victim narrative erasure. It's 2014. Kevin's ex-wife, Torrey Hart, has been making the rounds on reality television, telling interviewers that Kevin's infidelity destroyed their family. Kevin sits down on The Breakfast Club, one of the most confrontational interview platforms in urban media. The hosts want the drama, they want the headline. His voice drops, the energy completely shifts. With chilling, methodical calm, he starts dismantling the victim narrative piece by piece.
There's no way around it. The best way to do is just address it right on. You gotta just say exactly what it is. That's Kevin Hart in this.
He acknowledges his past mistakes, but systematically lays out the actual reality of their co-parenting. He draws one hard, unmovable line. He respects her as the mother of his children, but he will not, under any circumstances, be used as a stepping stone for reality TV drama. The hosts had nothing left to push, just facts, just boundaries, the schedule dominance. Kevin is on The Howard Stern Show. Stern, one of the most dominant interviewers in broadcast history, starts questioning whether Kevin's famously packed schedule is even real. He implies it might be exaggerated for PR. Maybe it's an unhealthy compulsion. Kevin sits forward, physically takes over the microphone space, and without taking a single breath, starts rattling off his exact daily routine. 3 months of film production, a mandated 3 weeks off, 2 weeks shooting cold as balls, 2 hours of daily radio perfectly slotted into his morning workout.
I make a commitment to knock out a full season in 3 weeks. 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks. So you only get 3 weeks. But then after that 3 weeks, well, now I'm going into my movie production. And that movie production is going to take me 3 months to film.
The precision is surgical. The speed is overwhelming. Stern can't interrupt because there are no gaps. And by the time he's done, Stern, Howard Stern, the man who has dominated every interview he's ever conducted, just sits there and admits defeat. You've made me feel horrible today. I'm a lazy motherfucker compared to you.
You've made me feel horrible today. I'm a lazy motherfucker compared to you. I mean, good.
Kevin Hart just made Howard Stern feel inadequate on his own show, The Extortion Ownership. It's 2017. Kevin is in the middle of the worst crisis of his career. A sex tape extortion scandal has exploded across every platform. He cheated on his pregnant wife. Somebody recorded it, and somebody tried to blackmail him. He walks into the Breakfast Club and sits across from Charlemagne the God. Kevin looks dead ahead and says, "I made a bad error in judgment and put myself in an environment where only bad things can happen." And they did. No excuses, no deflection, no spin, just raw, brutal honesty.
What was you thinking earlier this year when you got caught cheating in Vegas?
Hey, brother,
Mr.
listen.
Irresponsible.
It's beyond irresponsible, okay? If you want to get to it, Charlemagne, then I'm going to let you get what you want. Now, there's no way around it. The best way to do is just address it right on. You got to just say exactly what it is. That's Kevin Hart in this dumbest moment. That's not the finest hour of my life.
And then he pivots with ironclad authority. "I will not allow a person to have a financial gain off of my mistakes." By owning it first, completely without caveat, he robbed Charlemagne of any leverage. There was nothing left to interrogate. Kevin had already said the worst thing about himself that anyone could say. The "I'm Over It" ultimatum, January 2019. The Oscar hosting controversy is still raging. Kevin has already stepped down. He's already apologized publicly multiple times.
I chose to pass. I passed on the apology. The reason why I passed is because I've addressed this several times. This is not the first time this has come up. I've addressed it. I've spoken on it. I've said where the rights and wrongs were. I've said who I am now versus who I was then. I've done it. I've done it. I'm not going to continue to go back and tap into the days of old when I moved on and I'm in a completely different space in my life.
And now he's sitting across from Michael Strahan on Good Morning America. Strahan keeps pushing. He wants more contrition, more growth, more sound bites. Kevin's face goes completely flat. The comedy is gone. The charm is gone. All that's left is a man who has hit his absolute limit. I'm over it. I'm done with it. I'm talking about today. I put out good energy. I aspire. I motivate. I'm a good person. If you don't see that, then that's a problem with you. A black comedian sat on a major network morning show, looked one of the most beloved hosts in America in the eye, and explicitly refused to participate in the ritual of endless public humiliation. He told the entire media apparatus, not just Strahan, but everyone watching, that the apology window was closed permanently. The Not That Guy Manifesto, peak of the Oscar crisis. Kevin is sitting on Ellen DeGeneres' couch. The entire structure of the interview puts Kevin in the position of a defendant.
Called the Academy today because I really want you to host the Oscars.
A man who needs to be pardoned. A man who needs permission from a talk show host to be okay again. Kevin rejects the whole thing. He stops talking to Ellen. He stops performing for the studio audience. He looks directly into the camera, directly at the millions of people watching at home, and delivers the most honest, unscripted thing he's ever said in public. You don't know what perfection is unless you've experienced imperfection. I don't know the perfect individual that society is now looking for. It's not me. There is no perfect bone in my body. He pauses. Then he says 5 words that shut down the entire controversy. I'm not that guy. He refused to apologize again. He refused to be redeemed on someone else's terms. He just looked at the camera and told the world, I'm imperfect, I know it, and I'm done letting you punish me for it. That's not a celebrity doing damage control. That's a human being drawing a line in the sand and daring the entire world to cross it. And that's what makes Kevin Hart different from every other celebrity who's ever sat in an interview chair. He doesn't run from the hard moments. He doesn't hide behind PR statements. And he absolutely does not let anybody, not Ziwi, not Anderson Cooper, not Howard Stern, not the entire internet, control his narrative. Whether he's using comedy as a weapon, corporate logic as a shield, or raw emotional honesty as a battering ram, Kevin Hart walks into every interview knowing exactly who he is and exactly what he's willing to give. And if you cross that line, you're going to find out that the funniest man in the room is also the most dangerous.